Hey, Beth, thanks so much for being here. So, I want to talk to you a little bit about how the remote learning rescue system has kind of impacted your family. So, tell me, how were things organized and like what did your life look like before you guys put the remote learning system into place?
It was a hot mess. Um, Emily, my daughter, did not have a station set up. Things kind of just got thrown together when this whole thing hit. And she was just sitting at my desk with me while I'm working. I'd be getting a phone call, and then she'd be bugging me, asking me what she's got to do next on my computer because she didn't have one from school yet. So it was a lot of back and forth and frustrations because she didn't know what to do when I had to get very important phone calls with work.
That's tough. So, work probably suffered a little bit too, right?
Sure did. Sure
Yeah.
did. Starting waking up at 3:30 in the morning and working early so that I can help her with schoolwork on top of getting work done and homeschooling and teaching. And
That's crazy. I'm not a morning person. The 3:30 thing just got me right here. Ooh.
yeah.
Well, I'm so glad now that you got this system. So, how did it help you?
So after I did the system, my father had gotten her a really cute desk that she had in her bedroom that she used to do all her artwork on.
Mm.
And we decided she wanted to bring her desk downstairs, and she's in the same office as me, but she's got her own little corner. um, I went on Amazon with her, and she chose what she wanted to decorate her classroom. So she went and she picked out an alphabet train on the top of the wall. She also has a number grid to make sure that she writes her numbers correctly, her letters correctly. She knows her B's from her D's. It doesn't write them backwards.
Yep. Awesome.
She got a little calendar. So she decorated her own space on what she wanted it to be.
And
Um,
do you think that that really had that kind of made it feel like her space? Like, did you see that she started to feel like excited to go into school because it was like all her stuff?
oh, very excited, to the point she even got a little pencil kit where she's got all her pencils and her erasers and rulers.
Yeah.
She literally has everything that she needs in a little box right next to her desk. So if the teacher says, I need crayons, I need colored pencils, I need markers, she has everything, her whiteboards, everything is right next to her desk, available and ready. So she doesn't have to come to me for it.
That's the whole point, right? So you get back to work. So tell me now that that's in place and she's feeling comfortable, you guys have your rules and your routine set up. You have some boundaries for her with when you're working and what that should look like. So tell me, what does remote learning look like now for you guys?
Okay, so now that we have her station set up, she really doesn't have to bother me much with work. She's very much scheduled with what she's got in class now, but she knows, like, if I'm on a call and she goes on to a break and I tell her one, she knows I need a couple minutes, but I'll be right with her. If
Mhm.
I'm in the middle of a nightmare with something, I'll
Yeah.
say, give me 5. And then she knows to go on her tablet, take a little break, and she'll set the Alexa alarm
Mhm.
so that she normally gets 2 15-minute breaks and a 30-minute break. So depending on where I am in my crazy day, I don't know which break it is that she's got when. Um, so she'll go and she'll set her alarm. And then if I'm still in the middle of my crazy, she knows once that alarm goes off, it's not me telling her to go back to school. It's Alexa telling her to go back to school. And it works fantastic.
Right? Mom's not the problem anymore. It's the
Not a problem. Nope.
timer.
Her snacks are all set in the fridge. She knows what snacks she can have in the pantry closet, like her goldfish. I cut up an apple for her in the morning. Sometimes she'll go and grab a banana or a yogurt out of the fridge, and it just makes life. She knows what the snacks that she's allowed to have for herself.
Love that. I love that. It just makes me smile because this is what I was hoping for. Because like the teacher in me was watching the destruction and the chaos of all these people. And I was like, no, no, there's another way. I promise. So tell me I know that your daughter had a little bit of trouble yesterday. Tell me about that.
Okay, so yesterday she was doing a math test. They were doing assessments, and she is a very shy little girl.
Mhm.
And when she was in class, she'd never really had much of a problem raising her hand and saying that I need help. But lately, she was a nightmare with it. If she had any kind of troubles, then she would just sit there and cry and come to me and ask me for help. And I can't really help her with it's a test. They need to know what she does and doesn't know. So finally yesterday, she broke down. She was in tears, and she finally raised her hand and asked her teacher and said, that she didn't understand what they were doing, and that she missed the last three because she was trying to concentrate on the other two that they were just doing. And the teacher completely went back and went over everything with her and just broke it all down. And she had the biggest smile on her face after that. And afterwards I told her, I said, you see, it's not that bad to ask a teacher for help. It's the same as if you're in a classroom. It's just the kids learning in a virtual way. It's different for them. Like, they don't fully understand when they're allowed to raise their hands, when they're not allowed to raise their hands. So it was a big breakthrough for her yesterday for doing that.
That's awesome. And so I just want to point out that, like, I know that a lot of mamas feel like we're failing, right? If our kids are crying or something's happening, because, like, that's our job to fix it, right? But what I think is a huge thing that us as moms, that even like before I could take a step back and like put my educator hat on, and like the mom in me was like, let me get you the crayon. This is how you make an A. And what I realized was, like, by me doing that, I wasn't letting my daughter make that connection with her teacher. And so her teacher didn't know what my daughter didn't know. So I love that you told her to go back and raise her hand, because that signaled to her teacher, yeah, go back to number one, because you have to reteach. When we're in the classroom, we're able to do that formative assessment and be like, okay, I see your eyes are glazing over. I need to start again, right? So it is definitely more uncomfortable for our kiddos to raise their hand and be like, hey, I need help, because there's that disconnect with the virtual of, like, they don't know if they're like bothering their teacher. It's different than like that warm fuzzy that they're able to get in the classroom. So I love that that's something that you like intentionally put into place, and that there was a breakthrough with it, because that's awesome. That's the most important thing. So
Yes.
I am so, so glad that things are working for you. I really appreciate you hopping on here. I want to show all the mamas what they can look forward to.
Yes.
Thank you for doing this in the middle of your workday, because I know you're a busy lady. But I will let you go now. Thank you so much. Have a great day. And I look forward to your continued success.
Thank you so much. You're awesome.
Bye.
Bye.